new president this year. We had elections at our last May meeting, and we had elected a couple ladies that couldn't stay with us. So I'm the new president. I stepped up from vice president. Today we're holding an election. I've passed out ballots to everybody to vote for vice president. Amanda Alpers was voted as secretary last year, and she was volunteered to step up to vice president, but that position requires a vote. So that's what the ballots are for. The board is allowed to appoint secretary and treasurer, so we appointed Ashley Adams as the secretary and Reba Nixon as our treasurer.
Woohoo! Oh, sorry. Hey, that's huge, y'all. Seriously.
We are recording today,
oh.
And we're going to go to create a YouTube channel for the PTO and post our videos to Facebook for those that are still at work and can't make it. So be aware you're being recorded. That's my favorite part. For old business, we're going to continue our tattoos every Friday. There'll be $1 for tattoos, or 10 box tops will get you a tattoo as well. Of course, they're temporary. And if anybody would like to volunteer to help out with that, that'd be great. We do it every Friday at 7:15 until the first bell rings, and it's located around the corner from the cafeteria. We are still collecting box tops for education, and we currently have $950.40 waiting to be mailed to us. They mail us a check twice a year in November and March, I believe. And then with the ones that we collect, I'll send off in October and increase that amount. This year, the rewards for box tops for education, when a class reaches 500, they'll get a popcorn party. But the first grade that cumulatively reaches 5,000 will get a pizza party. Miss Sarah Baines' class is currently in the lead. We're also collecting My Hope Rewards points. And in the cafeteria, they recently deposited $33 to our account, and we still have 16,000 points in the account that hasn't been deposited. They deposit by what you enter per quarter. So that 16,000 points is roughly $250 that we will eventually get. We also collect and recycle drink pouches, Capri Sun, Kool-Aid, any brand, it doesn't matter. When your child drinks it at lunch, they can drop it in the recycle bin next to the popcorn machine in the cafeteria. If you drink them at home, you're welcome to save them and send them to your child to school, and they can put them in that can. And we send those off a couple times a month. And we currently have $74.80 in that account. And Amanda Alpers is here today. She also represents Hippie, and she's going to come up and give us all talk.
And Mary Aguilar is coming.
Oh, there's no one.
We're here to represent Hippie. If you haven't heard of Hippie, it's physically home instructors for parents of preschool youngsters. It's an acronym that we use. We were under the Burke ISD last year. This year our grant was pulled and wanted us to use North Texas Area United Way because they want us to be able to service all of Wichita County. Last year we were servicing majority of Burnett. But we will still service a lot of in Burnett. We want to get military, low income, students of any income with need-based. It's just Spanish speakers. It's a kindergarten readiness program. We help bring curriculum to parents of 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. We normally see the 5-year-olds, which we call year 3, after they've completed the year 2 of our program. But there are special circumstances where we can see the 5-year-old if they're need-based still. So we rely on the teachers and the principals to allow us to send home flyers to the parents and let them know about, our program and what services we provide for them. But it's a 30-week program. For year 3, it's going to be a 15-week program. And I'm the new coordinator. Last year we had Deb Cornelius, and she stepped down since we're with United Way. She's going back to help her husband with his insurance company. So that's about it. But if y'all have any questions, please let us know. If you have any friends or family members with 3 or 4-year-olds in the Wichita County area that you can think of that might benefit from our services, please let them know. And thank y'all for letting us speak today.
Good information to some, because I do know of a few like.
Yes, we have pamphlets that we sent out last year Are we still going to be allowed to send them out this year? Okay, so we'll get all the teachers, pre-K and kindergarten pamphlets to send out their classes. We just need to get class numbers. But thank y'all so much. Appreciate it.
Principal's report.
All right, well, welcome to our first PTO meeting. I do want to say a huge thank you and a huge shout out to Jennifer Noss, because when you begin the school year and all of a sudden you're the president and school has started, she's done an outstanding job. So I want us to applaud her. Not just for our kiddos, but even for our schools. Right outside that read, those panels, she did that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And some other things she's been doing just amazing. So I truly appreciate your efforts and thank you for stepping up and thank you for stepping up, because it takes all of us. But what I've given you is 3 sheets of paper. I want to take this opportunity to talk about our parental involvement policy, our 3-way pledge, which you all will get during October, is it 8th and 9th, 6th and 7th, during our student-led conferences, and you'll sign that compact. But I wanted you to have that now, because it takes all of us to make sure our kids are going to be successful. And on the 3-way pledge, I will not read it to you. It's our compact. It's what the teacher pledges to do, what the students pledge to do. We've been working with them every day. It's only day 9. And they're doing an outstanding job. They really are. And then the parent pledge. What I want to draw your attention to is on the parent side, where it says, I am committed to following the requirements found in my parent handbook. That is what this is. You don't have this yet, but you will receive that when you come to the parent student-led conferences in October. And it really just talks to you all about our No Excuses University model, the philosophy. That's why you see all the things running around and things of that nature. Why are we doing this? What can you expect from your students when they come home? And then there's when you do get this, there's a ask me 5 questions we want you to ask your students as they come home, you know, what their goals are. What have you learned today? And ask them in such a way that they give you an answer, not just, I learned how to play, or they have to actually tell you what their goals are. What we're doing as a faculty and in our classrooms, we're having those conversations with even our little kindergartners about their goals for this year. Because studies show when children reach their goals or they set goals, they're more apt to reach them. When they reach them, then you make new ones. It's a life skill that we all should have. So we're teaching even our little ones all the way up to our 5th graders how to set those goals, what it takes to meet those goals and SMART goals. You'll hear more about that throughout the year. Sights and sounds of college is going to be all over this particular school. I do want to express to you all about some conscious discipline. You'll hear your kids talk about breathing techniques and how to self-regulate, and this is an implementation that we have taken on as an elementary school district, in the district, all 3 elementary schools. We are implementing conscious discipline, and basically it's just having those particular skills and helping our children learn skills to help regulate their emotions. So it's going to have the tantrums, it's, I know this. Well, what can we do to help you breathe? First of all, a lot of us can take a breath, right? I had a couple of those today. But again, our children don't know how to do that yet. All they know is, I want it now. So we're teaching them, even in the classrooms, how to ask for what they need and calm themselves down before they have a meltdown and things of that nature. So you'll hear more about that as well. But let me pause real quick, because we do have some new faces at our campus, and starting with our assistant principal, Kendi Johnston. She's been amazing. She's kind of jumped in with both feet, really. But she's doing an amazing job, so we're happy to have Kendi with us. And I see our new counselor, Shay Chambers, is with us as well, and she's doing an amazing job. We do have a new nurse. Her name is Miss Christy Mays, and she wants to call her Miss Christy. And so parents, and spread the word, get those emergency cards filled out completely, because those are very, very, very important. And she's doing an amazing job as well. A few other new teachers that are here, but for the most part, we are here, and we need your help to make sure that your students are successful here at Hardin. We're going to do our part. We're teaching them how to do their part. All 3 of us working together, they're on the road to college. So again, Does that mean they're going to go to college? We don't know, but we're going to prepare them in a way that if they choose to, they are ready for that. So you have, oh, there's Miss Mays. There's our nurse, our new nurse, Miss Christy Mays. I just introduced you. And she's been working relentlessly, I mean, almost like around the clock. So just want to say welcome to you and to our parents here. You also have the parental involvement policy, and it just pretty much tells you what our mission is. Our mission is just simple. We come to school every single day to educate your children in such a way that prepares them for college. What does that mean? We hold them accountable for their actions. We say our Hardin Way pledge every single day. We want them to do their very, very best. And two things we stress to them to do every day, is just to listen and follow directions. Because when you do that, you're able to do whatever the teacher's asking you to do. And then they can learn, because you can't discipline and teach at the same time. You can't, it's sort of instruct. But going back to conscious discipline, if children need to learn how to ride a bike, we teach them. If children need to learn how to swim, we teach them. Kids need to learn how to behave, we punish them. We're shifting our mindset as the adults on this campus. No, we have to teach them how to behave. We have to give them the skills in order to for them to self-regulate. So you're going to hear lots about conscious discipline. Ask your children about the star, the pretzel, the balloon, and we just learned the drain. So y'all want to try one real quick? This is what we do. Seriously. I'm going to use the brain real quick. Ready? It's called the drain. Okay. Just put your hands in front, just like this, and stretch as far as you can towards me. Roll your shoulders. And breathe in as you tighten your hands. Really tighten up. Breathe in, and then let it go. Do you feel that tension just releasing right there? That's one of the brain breaks we do as a campus every single morning, one of those 4. And it's amazing how the children are able to just, okay, all right, now I'm ready to start my morning. So we're teaching them those types of things just to kind of, if you're upset, because we get upset, I want to play with the ball, you kick the ball, or you're not my friend. How can we breathe through this and just, okay, let's look at it from this point of view. So a lot of things we're going to be teaching them as well. So the parental involvement policy basically just says, you can connect with us, we need your help. There's going to be plenty of opportunities this year. Jennifer's going to go through, I think, a few more, where you can help us make this the best year ever. And this is not the time for this, but we do have a pretty good celebration because our math scores came in this week, and we did awesome. And that goes to show you that the teachers are working relentlessly, and our paraprofessionals, and our custodians, and our cafeteria workers. Every adult on this campus is here for your children. So I'm super, super proud of them and the efforts that we have done. I think that's pretty much all. You can, I'm not going to read it to you, but the last thing I want to say is talk about why we're a Title I school and what that means. Title I just means we have a certain percentage of free and reduced lunches, those applications that you guys fill out. When you're a certain percentage, I think it's 45% or over, you're deemed as a Title I school, which means you get funds from the federal government. Those funds help you as a school-wide campus. Anybody can be serviced, but we get funds to help our students that are with RTI, we call response to intervention, or we need materials, or tutors, whatever we need to help all of our children be the best and learn at their best. So basically Title I just means we get enough funds and we have to spend those funds on the students. And if it's for an extra para or an extra tutor or something like that, those funds are working for those students to make sure that everybody gets service, everybody gets to use them, everybody benefits is what it is. So it's very, very important. If you haven't filled out that free and reduced application, even if you don't qualify, please do so, because that's how we get our funding and to help us with those kiddos and materials that we need for them. You have a question?
No,
it should be in your online registration. Most of us have already done it. And if you haven't, they would have sent you an email or something like that. Matter of fact, I got one. I thought I did. But that's how we receive the money. And on the back, it talks about some things you can do to help us help your children. Once again, this parent-teacher organization, you see how many of our teachers are here, in case some of our parents don't know. We will be here at our PTO meetings because it takes all of us, and we just appreciate you all being here for our first one. And any questions about parental involvement, Title I, or our compact. Those two, the compact and the parent handbook, you will get student-led conferences, and we'll sign those as well. We're working really hard already. The students are doing an amazing job. Questions? Thank you all so much.
I got a little excited and skipped a couple things. Our PTO fundraiser started yesterday, and we're still working to raise enough money to put shade coverings over the playground equipment. We've had one estimate come, and it's over $20,000 just to cover one of the large structures. So we're halfway there to one structure. We're also working on a grant with Dr. Garbaugh's office. He's a dermatologist in Wichita Falls. And if we participate in his program, they'll grant us $8,000 to put towards that. Some of your kids have brought home a flyer about sun protection, sunscreen, and there'll be some more things coming home, coloring pages about sun protection. And that's all going towards our shade structures. We also have the bond election coming up in November. And if the bond election passes and this will no longer be an elementary school, we may look at moving that money to something else that can be used more immediately, because it would take a while before we can get all of our playground covered. So we're kind of waiting until November before we move forward on the shade structures. And then Reba is going to bring our treasurer's report.